Chapter 15. The Simple Rescue. Yeah, I felt the meaning of being checked. I always saw Arrow crying for love and called him a weak character, but it required courage to admit this fact. She had left without warning. Can you imagine I was still paying the loan incurred to wed her? I have no idea if she considered this in that chicken head. Anyway, she had gone. I tried all the contacts I had. Ella was nowhere to be seen. The fact is I failed to work. Every time I figured about coming home and prepare supper, I felt the head bursting. There was no one welcoming me, nobody to take off my shoes. My body quivered. This woman had killed me minus touching me with one reckless decision. The rest I would handle, but washing my jeans and canvas shoes. No one managed them. The day I washed them left my skin wrinkled, for the fingers were allergic to washing soap. Right, I had special forces who did my laundry work weekly. However, I found out that they were extremely inefficient. One evening, I hosted 2 friends to whom I had to prepare tea. I told to wash the utensils, then fry beef. The way I was panicking made them advise me to get some helper, at least a housemaid. They predicted that I would remain with no dishes if I had got no one. We laughed. Arrow joined us and cracked his jokes. It was because of him that a dozen of plates broke into pieces. While carrying the 3 plates we had used, Arrow said that I was going to learn that day that even prostitutes can make a long-lasting marriage if given autonomy. I clicked he was attacking me. However, my friend skipped inside his mockery. The way you do to Ava. He swallowed it, but I could not, as I broke out with a prolonged laughter, and I ended up knocking the plates adjacent with my elbow. These slid to the floor, then I left the other 3 to seize the falling one. Unfortunately, I saved none. The room caught fire. He wanted to lecture me, but I could not let him, for he was living in total desert. He had nothing to tell me. I gathered the broken pieces gently and piled them into the bin before Arrow took pictures of them. He enjoyed using the camera. As I returned, he pointed down, but I did not look there, for I suspected he wanted to humiliate me. Oh, blood. I had got a deep cut. Maybe the noisy atmosphere never allowed me to feel the pain. I only felt pain from Ella alone. If a car knocked me down, I would keep walking. Well, my friends helped me disinfect the wound and plastered it immediately. I was happy that they had given me company. In the night, loneliness became unbearable, for whenever I spread the hand to touch someone, there were cold bedsheets. The days that followed, I enforced phone tracking. Arrow knew some officers in the crime investigation department of the police. They helped us crack where she was. She had eloped with some young man. If Arrow did not stop me, I would have killed someone. They were renting some small single room in the wetland of Natete. I learned that Ella was fooled by the lad who promised to take her to Japan within 2 months. They continued stalking her until we learned the right room. Arrow gave up, but I could not. He was just joking when he told me to move on. One morning when the man left, I entered the house like a ninja. Ella started crying that the man tricked her. She pleaded for forgiveness as I helped her pack her clothes. She apologized for disappointing me and everyone in my family. It was as simple as eating matoke to bring her back. I still wonder what God put in women. She discarded the SIM card and got a new one, then forgot about the boy, the way she had erased me in her memory. I spared time and went to see this ghetto boy of Natete. No questions, but heavy kicks and punches that almost broke his bonds, threw him down. He could not even scream for help. On his table I sat him and interrogated this boy. I told him to tell me everything, how he got my wife. The ninja lamented that he followed her on social media and then began sending her romantic voice notes. He tricked Ella that he was a son of a young rich man who was a car dealer in Uganda and promised to take her to Japan after the mission. Anger almost crippled me while asking for the kind of a mission. The young man explained that he was a spy for Canada who had to live incognito in Uganda for 2 years, then leave for Tokyo for a vacation as a Canadian ambassador. There I asked about the cars, to which he replied that he told Ella that he was going to buy them, then send them to Uganda. My brain was too small for the man's words. I gave him more 2 slaps as he said that my wife was his life when I reached the door. I turned with fury and walked towards him.